Now, everybody knows
that you're a streamer and you've been primarily on Twitch.
What
motivated
you
you to want to be a streamer?
So as you've mentioned before, I'm a true rager when it comes to gaming, and so it all started. Oh, by the way, they're still saying that they can hear you twice. I feel like it's because there's 2 log masters in here. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
I'm
sorry.
No, you can do that while I do. Overwatch came out, and I was playing with like raging, talking, because sometimes I just say shit that doesn't even make sense, or like I'm just yelling. And then they kept saying, "Pegs, you are actually a very hilarious person." I'm like, me? Hilarious? Like, okay. And what a lot of people don't know is I actually tried streaming before this time, except I don't know. Like, basically, my friends just kept saying like I'm hilarious, I'm funny, and so War Chief is actually my tech man, and he like kind of just set up everything. The thing with me is like, if you want me to play a game, if you want me to do something, like put it in front of me. And that's what he did. He set up this stream, and then it kind of just went from there. So I owe it all to my friends for pushing me. That's kind of what happens in my gaming life. People just say, hey, play CS. Hey, play PUBG. And then somehow it's on my computer, and then it just happens.
Nice.
So, speaking of that, you said you started streaming and people pushed you towards streaming, and you're a very shy person. How did you get over the shyness?
I think I just kept doing it. So, like, when I say shy, it applies to everyone. Real life friends, online friends, whatever. And, like, how I overcome with anyone, it's just, like, I keep doing it. Like, keep playing games with that certain friends, keep blah, blah, blah. So it kind of translated into my stream. I just kept streaming so much. If you look at... Oh, well, I can hear myself. If you look at my older streams, you can clearly tell that I'm a shy person. So, like, I think it's already been over a year. Just basically consistency.
I know. Me and my wife enjoy watching your stream, and we thank you for that. And I've been watching since before stream button.
I know. I remember you, actually. It was like a nice surprise when you like came back. I was like, whoa. I was like, where you been?
the birth of my daughter kind of shut down the ability to. All right, Ryan and Amanda, do you guys have any follow-up questions?
My brain is still rebooting.
All right.
Now, everybody knows about the Overwatch League, and I'm sure a lot of people that play Overwatch on a regular basis would love to be in that league and to make money playing Overwatch. And let's say that you were sought out by a team in the Overwatch League, and they asked you to join. Would you?
I thought this was an easy question because, yeah, I would. Because who would not want a salary to play a game? I mean, I say it like it sounds easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying if you are allowed the opportunity to get paid to play a game, especially Overwatch, like there's many times where I try to like get away from Overwatch, but I'm clearly just addicted to it. So like, yeah, I would. Like once in a lifetime opportunity.
For sure.
And I hate to say it, but you see all those people out there just squandering it away when they're given a chance to do something that's fun.
I don't think they realize, like, let's say like even 10 years ago, who would have fathomed like esports would become something like this? Like, it's a legit thing now. You can get a salary to just play a game.
And they're treating it like it's like the NFL and baseball, like it's a real sports league.
Yeah.
All right,
here's one of those non-gamer questions. Do you remember your worst date?
Oh, I saw this question and I tried really hard to think of like just a bad date, but I don't think I've ever been on a bad solo date. However, something I truly despise, for some reason, I don't enjoy double dates, especially with people that I hate. Like, I remember being forced to go on double dates with couples that I don't even like, and I feel like that is pure torture. Just solely on the fact that, you know, you got to pretend you like them, like fake small talk. Although I'm really good at that, I hate it. Like, my soul just dies when I'm just being forced to be somewhere. I would say that that's the worst date ever. If double dates count.
Yeah, double dates do count. Jackson fam just said, "There goes my chance at a double date." Is that with Nick?
No, he's probably talking about Zoe. No, like double dates are okay if I like you, but so far, I don't know.
I've been on some bad double dates, but it's always with where you don't like the other person. And
Yeah, for some reason, it's always been like that. Like double dates, it's with people that I don't like or care for.
And Jackson fam says, "You know it." Okay, now becoming affiliated is not always an easy thing to achieve. Do you have any tips for new streamers?
So I've seen a lot of videos out there giving advice, which are all good advice, but I feel like the top 3 has got to be consistency, your personality, and networking. And so like when I say consistency, when you first start streaming, like you're gonna be alone for a long time, like who knows how long. I think for me it was like at least several months, like 3 to 4 months. I was streaming to one person, which was War Chief, because he's obligated to, and then like, you know, a couple here, like I think you were there in the beginning, and then just like 1 or 2 people. But basically you're gonna feel like you're so alone, and you're gonna get that feeling where like, oh god, I'm never gonna succeed and no one ever wants to watch me, I suck, blah blah blah. But like you have to stream past that, because one day like it just starts, like you start racking up people, and then like you start building your community, and that's how it starts. But it takes time. That's what people don't realize. But then like personality comes in. You know, you got to be, you don't have to be a normal person, but you got to be like, you know, nice and like be entertaining, like think about your viewers, keep going, like try to not be negative, all that good stuff. But I think one of the more important things is networking. And when I say networking, it could be like hanging out on someone's channel. I don't know, like doing stuff like collaborative stuff like this interview, for example, talking to people off stream, playing games with people. It's a lie. Like people don't realize like streaming, it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna get on and that's it. Like it's basically, it's almost like real life. You do the same thing if you're starting a business, if you're starting like an organization, a nonprofit, you would be doing the same things. These 3 pillars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, because it's we've been. I can hear what you're saying. If you could have a theme song for your life, what would it be and why?
What would it be? So I recently found this song. It's called Happy, that I played a million times in my stream. Basically, the song is about living life how you want it and being happy. And so the last 3, no, not 3, probably like a year or 2, last couple years, I've just like kind of realized I don't want to do things that society says is normal. I think what a lot of us forget, like us people, is society we're slaves to society. You know, we had to be on this certain career path. We had to get married. We had to have kids, blah, 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 blah. And then what I don't know, I feel like I've had an epiphany which means like you kind of like you focus on yourself. Actively every single day, I'm asking myself, how can I be happy? That's basically what the song is about. You do you. You do you. As long as you don't hurt anyone, then what does anything else matter?
That's very amazing. I didn't even think about that song like that. Like I just normally listen to the beat, but that's very like I'm gonna have to listen to it again now. Jackson Fam says "Careless Whisper" by George Michaels.
Careless Whisper.
Great choice.
Any follow-up questions? Crickets.
Feel free. I don't bite. I'm like probably the chillest person. Although I'm a rager, but like off gaming, I'm like the chillest person you'll ever meet because I literally don't care about anything except for food.
As
we've all seen, strange things can happen when live. What is the strangest thing that's happened to you while streaming live?
I wish I wish something did happen so that this would be more interesting. But I feel like my PG, like screen wise, it's pretty. I mean, my stream is pretty PG. But then in terms of our chat, it could go anywhere. Like we've talked about plenty of things that you've seen. Like I feel like the strangest thing is my chat. Not in a negative way, more like strange, interesting way.
Luna says Bob's ? And Jackson Fam says personalities.
Personalities.
Oh yeah.
Lots and lots of sexual topics. I don't know why we end up in that direction. Like I don't even bring stuff up. It's just what people like to talk about.
I about died laughing the day. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I just mean like no judgment though, because like I'm all about like sexual freedom. Like no one should be like feeling weird or like judging other people talking about all these sexual topics, because I feel like these days people are like being so prude. Like I don't know, even talking about boobs or nipples. Like what the heck? Who cares?
I
remember the stream that I saw because we were worried about what questions we were going to ask you, and then I kept referencing she had a stream on, the camera turned down, there was Vaseline next to the computer.
Oh yeah.
People were
like, what's the Vaseline for? My lips and anal sex. And I was just like, okay, we don't have to be afraid to ask questions.
Jackson Fam said that she's lying, that she always brings this stuff up.
Do I always bring this up? That could be true.
So
the next question, unless Ryan or Tense or Amanda, you have any follow-up questions?
No, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, me too.
This is so.
I'm enjoying the interview.
Yeah,
and every time
it's okay. This is my first time too.
Yeah, like, remember how long it took whenever you would record? You would have to not tell me that you were streaming and recording because I wouldn't talk.
You'd freak out.
I would get so quiet. The anxiety kicks in, and I'm like, oh shit, everyone's listening. Even though we had no stream, like no one was watching.
How long have you been a gamer?
I don't know, probably like the last 5 years. Only because like, or no, maybe longer than that. I started playing it. Okay, this started when I played Maple Story. Do you guys know what that is?
No idea.
Okay, basically, I don't know the gamer terms, but basically it's like this cute game where like, you know, you can farm, I don't know, like some okay, what is it, like MOBA? I have no idea what it's called. Basically some kitty cute game. That's where it started, because I think War Chief had a plan all along to turn me into a gamer. So there's a progression of my gaming history. So there's that cute game, but then I started getting into League of Legends. And that's when like the competitiveness started brewing inside of me. And then I guess 2 years later, Overwatch came out. And that's when I really started getting into gaming.
Oh, wow. That's surprising that it was like it was recently, you know?
Yeah, like competitive gaming started recently. Like I used to like play League for fun and just slowly getting into like their ranking system, but then Overwatch came out. And Overwatch is my first like FPS type competitive game. But I think deep down inside, I've always been a gamer though. It's just that when I was younger, I used to play like Super Nintendo and 64, but then like when I started getting into my, I don't know, later years, my focus turned over to like boys or something stupid. And then like I lost out my chance at playing some awesome games like CS or like what's that SC game like Star Crap? I have no idea. Basically, I missed out on all those awesome games until like now.
Jackson Fam has a follow-up question. How would you convince someone to do something they didn't want to do?
Well, I don't know if anyone else is like me, but War Chief literally built a computer for me, downloaded everything, bribed me, put games on my computer, like didn't even bribe me with like game stuff like okay, I'll buy you some Chinese food if you play with me tonight, or like if you do this, like I will walk the dogs, don't worry. Like so like he definitely like pushed me into this gaming world, this gaming life, which I totally thank him for. Like I have so much fun streaming, I have so much fun gaming. Like right now I'm not full time, but I envision myself like I'm gonna play CS. Like I want to train to become a CS player. I'm not good right now, I definitely suck, but like I want to.
Hold on. War Chief says Peg's competitive gaming began on N64 GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
Luna also says Pegs is a great streamer. I watched her when she had 2 viewers.
Oh yeah,
inspirational to me. Streamers.
Oh, Luna. Yeah, Luna was OG viewer too. It's crazy. It's crazy how long it's been.
Why Mercy? What was appealing for you to pick that hero?
So all those those games that I just mentioned, like Maple Story, League of Legends, I tend to be a support character. I played a lot of support in my life, and I feel like it's because it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's easy for me. Like it comes second nature. Like when I'm playing Mercy, for example, when you see me play, you guys think it's like crazy. I'm doing like crazy moves. I'm flying everywhere, but like I'm just chilling. Like I just feel like it's almost a drug for me to like heal people. I don't know. I'm just like having pure fun. I could like people automatically assume, okay, you're playing Mercy, you're a healer, you don't have any other skills. Like I could play DPS if I wanted to. Like I could play tank. I've just chosen not to. Like I've chosen Mercy because I have pure fun with her. I don't know why. I just have this addiction for healing. Also, another thing is I have a full-time job. So by the time I get home, I want to like chill. I'm like just like getting lit and I just like to like have fun. Like and playing DPS, like playing CS or playing PUBG, sometimes like if I have to aim, that means I have to like kind of turn on my brain and just like try hard. And I don't want to do that. So like that's why I've chosen Mercy.
So real quick question from Jackson Fam. What's the secret of becoming a master rank?
Master rank, I think to take you from plat to diamond is kind of like mechanics. You gotta like work up your mechanics, but from diamond to master, I think it's gameplay. You have to really understand gameplay and pull your own weight and maybe sometimes even carry. But in order to carry, you're gonna have to really do two or more jobs in the game. But with game sense, it comes with like like knowing your character, playing the game like a lot. Like as you know, like I play a lot of Mercy, so that's why I know Mercy the best. But in general, like the different categories, like tank, DPS, or healers, like they all have similar philosophies. So like once you get to know, like have game sense, you should be able to rise. But that game sense is hard to learn, though. You got to play a lot.
War Chief is saying that you were invited to all the boss runs and tier 1 clans and groups on Maple. What is
Oh
it?
yeah, Maple
Maple
Story.
Maple Story.
Maple Story.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of boss runs and stuff like that. Yeah, so I was like another healer. Like I don't know, like I just have really good like eye for healing, and like I have really good prioritization. You just start to like as a healer, I don't know about DPS and all that good stuff, but as a healer, you really need in any game, I think, prioritization, because you kind of need to like look out for who are your superstars on your team, right? Who's your superstar DPS, who's your superstar tank. And so like I kind of picked two people, and you kind as a healer, like I'm pocketing them because I see them as the key to winning the game. And as long as I keep them alive, we're gonna win.
What is your feelings on One Tricks?
If you're not in they can't hear you.
See, I don't have a problem with it because my viewpoint on games is that you're having fun. Like the purpose of a game is you're having fun. Like this isn't life. Like playing a game, it's not my life. So if someone is like, I'm not gonna take it that seriously. Like I'm not gonna tell you to kill yourself, or I'm not gonna tell you like, oh my god, you're so dumb, like you're a dummy and blah blah blah, all that bullshit. But like I can see people's argument, like one tricking is bad because team game, blah blah blah. But if they can play it and if they can win, then I feel like you need to believe in. For example, like, okay, of course everyone's gonna flame an attack symmetric, but there's some people who can pull it off. And I feel like in the beginning of the game, if you start just saying bullshit, you're gonna tilt people, and then people aren't gonna play their best. So I say believe in people first, but of course, as you play the game, you start to realize what works and what doesn't work. And that's when I feel like the dilemma comes in. If something's not working, it's time to change it. And if they're being stubborn, if they're still playing, you know, their Symmetra, or they're still playing their Torb, yeah, there's a problem there because you're playing to win. But I'm not going to sit here and say one tricks suck, one tricks don't deserve to play, blah, blah, because like I still view this as a game. Like people can do whatever they want. Like I don't care.
Luna says at Pegs, on the topic of One Tricks, it's competitive, so you should do what is best for the team.
That is true.
I
That's true. That's why I said like the question was, what do I think about One Tricks? And I don't have a problem with One Tricks. But yes, in a competitive setting, like it's okay to play your character, but at some point you're gonna realize what works and what doesn't work. And if you continue to play the same thing and clearly you're not doing shit, like yeah, that means you're throwing.
Yeah.
Because like I play Mercy. I play Mercy nonstop. Like I'll keep playing Mercy until I think it doesn't work. And so like, yes, I have the ability to play Lucio. I can play Anna, but a lot of times like Mercy just works.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I just, the only thing that bothers me, and get your feelings on this too, is how they treat the platinum and below. Basically, for you to get any good SR, you have to play the same character throughout the whole game. It doesn't give you the ability to flex. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know if that's true, because if you want to climb, like, let's just say, we don't even have to talk about healers. We can say, like, just DPS, right?
Yes.
I could see many different scenarios where, like, you can flex. like sometimes you need a hit scan because clearly Farah is an issue, or sometimes we don't have enough damage and we need a Farah, like something in the air. Like I've played so many games where the enemy team have no hit scans, like no threat to a Farah, yet switch. And I feel like in most people flex in order to climb. That's what I think. In most cases.
Yeah.
I think the one tricks come from like the healers. Yeah, I think the most one tricks come from like the healers or like Symmetra mains, Torb mains. But that's because like they just enjoy specifically playing that character because they're kind of different. Like what you call them, like utility heroes. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What is your go-to food when you play games?
So I used to try to eat while gaming, and then I started to realize that is not a good idea because like once the games like starts, I already forget about my food. So my food gets cold, and then like my arms are flailing. Like I've spilled so much shit before, like just knocking, like just flailing my mouse around, knocking plates, knocking like whatever over. And so I learned my lesson: no real eating at my desk, because like I don't know, I don't wipe my hands, so everything gets like messy. So like drinks person when it comes to gaming. Like if I do eat, it's like finger foods, like I don't know, chips, tater tots, chicken tenders, stuff like that. But I'm mostly into like my drinks. Oh yeah, pizza rolls, or even just stuff like that. But I'm a huge like drinks person, so every time before I start streaming, I think about, okay, what am I gonna have a cup of at my desk? And I go through phases. Like I don't know if you've heard me talk about food in life, but like when I say I'm binge eating, like it's because like I start getting obsessed with a certain type of food or a certain type of candy, a certain type of drink, and I will eat like a lot of it until I'm sick of it, which is it's a bad habit, but like that's what I tend to do. But yes, I do focus more on my drinks.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I had to figure out what drinks I was going to have with me today.
I'm stacking with water bottles for myself.
You're always drinking water, though.
Oh yeah, I collect water bottles too.
10 minutes, I got to go to the bathroom. So probably not the smartest idea.
No, it's not. Most of our time gaming is waiting for tents.
Oh yeah, that's probably me too then. I'm always like, okay guys, I need to go to the bathroom. Hold on, wait a second. And that's like once an hour.
If
you won the lottery, what would be the most frivolous item you would buy?
The first answer that came to my head was something food related, but then I was like, that's too easy. And then I thought about something that I've always wanted, but like it's just never gonna happen in real life because it's just not feasible. But if I did win the lottery, I would buy a pony.
Yeah.
Every
girl.
What would the pony's name be?
What would the pony's name be? I don't know. I didn't think about this.
And
would you put a fake unicorn horn on it?
Actually, yes, I would. That's easy. Oh, you know what I would name it? I would name it Rainbow.
Jackson's fam says pony name equals Fapamoo.
Oh yeah. Fapamoo is our made up mascot. I don't know, but we need to work on that. For example, what I mean is like we created him when I did my gingerbread house, but I feel like we need an actual drawing of Fapamoo.
All right. Here comes
the interesting one. Who would you screw? Who would you marry? And who would you kill out of these three streamers? XQC, Dr. Disrespect, and Tim the Tap Man.
I would screw XQC. I would marry Dr. Disrespect, and then I would kill Tim the Tatman.
Oh,
And
poor Tim.
I have logic in my answer. Well, I picked killing Tim because, like, I've heard of his name, but I don't actually really watch him. Like, I just recently followed him because you mentioned him in the question. So I don't really know him. So that was just an easy kill. I was like, bye, Tim.
Kill him off that quick. He could be
I
a
was like,
really good guy.
Yeah, I don't know you, so sorry. And I picked XQC because, like, he's actually my favorite streamer. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I just feel like he's a fascinating. Like, I'm not saying he's a good person or anything. Like, I'm just saying he's a fascinating person to watch just by how he acts, what he says, like the way he rages. I'm just like, wow, a person like this actually exists. It's like very interesting to me. Like, especially when he rages, I'm just like, whoa, like there's someone crazier than me. Like, I like this. And then I would marry Dr. Disrespect simply because he makes millions. So, like, why not?
And his beautiful mustache.
Yeah, so, like, why not?
What's he called? The Brazilian caterpillar?
Yeah, I want to know how she would kill Tim the Tatman.
Yeah.
If she won the lottery, so she can kill him in any way possible.
Why would the lottery? So she wins the lottery
Yeah.
and she goes out to murder him?
Oh, you could hire somebody to kill him.
Well, I don't know if I would waste any money to kill him. Did you guys know that you can, I don't know the science behind this, but did you know that there is a way to kill someone with eye drops? You just, over the course of, like, I don't know, a long time, you just put in a few eye drops into someone's drink, and apparently that gives somebody organ failure.
Yeah, it makes, if you do that to somebody, like, just put a little drop into somebody.
Yeah, like over time.
Throw up after you drink it. And then, yeah, you do it a few times over the course of time. It's a good idea.
So if I were to do something, I would do that. No confrontation, no bloodiness.
Hey, babe, where are your eye drops?
Oh, jeez. Why XQC?
Well, I chose Dr. Disrespect because he makes millions. XQC is not quite there yet. So I was just like, yeah, let's just screw XQC then.
Give him something that way, you know, down the line if he makes it.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember that time? Hit me up. Call me.
Also, like, I don't know, Dr. Disrespect, based on his history, his mustache, he's just like not my type. Like,
Jackson fam says gold digger.
Yes, yes, that would be me. Dude, I don't hate on gold diggers like you do. You. I mean, as long as you're not trying to kill somebody, like, fine, go ahead. Go ahead.
If you could
have any superpower, what would it be?
It would be the ability to make things appear. Because I thought about this, and what do I love most? It's food. So I could always make food appear. But with this power, you could also make money appear. Literally any object appear, and I feel like you're set for life.
Like, what's his name? From Watchmen. Like, he has matter manipulation.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Because I'm thinking about, like, in real life, if I had a superpower, like, that would be awesome. Like, I wouldn't want to fly. Like, what is flying gonna give me? Nothing. Like, okay, yeah, travel, but then, like, you still need money. Like, you still need stuff. You need stuff to live.
Jackson
said dyslexia.
Okay, I truly think I have dyslexia. Like, I'm not even trying to do this. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like when I read chat or even just normal Discord chat, G chat, any kind of chat, like for some reason I can't read it properly. I don't know why. Like, I guess I don't know English. I don't know.
Does that sound familiar, babe?
Yeah. It happens to me all the time. I tell friends all the time.
All right, good to know. I'm not the only
It's
one.
the same thing.
That's hilarious.
English is hard. I've done it a couple times already in the stream.
That's the only language I know, and I mess it up.
Logmaster almost suffocated last week just trying to talk.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
I
hate it when I have to stand up and I have to give like a mission brief and I'm standing there and trying to articulate words and I mess it up in front of like 60, 70 soldiers and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
That would
And
be
they're
me
like,
too.
oh, this is what we're this is who we're fighting for.
I
can't talk, but I can shoot.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like people like copy and paste what they're writing. It could be something like, "Oh my God, Pegs, you're so awesome," and I'll read it like, "Awesome, Pegs, whoa," or like, "Yo, let's play some Overwatch," and I'll be like, "Watch this," and I'll like, I'm streaming, so I'm like half reading it, like, and I'll repeat like, "Watch this, watch what, watch what." And people will be like, "No, Pegs, no, actually, just wait till you're done. We'll tell you."
If
you could have any sponsor support your stream, what would it be?
I was gonna say something like McDonald's or Burger King at first, but then like I didn't want to choose the normal stuff like G Fuel or like those gaming chairs because like that's cool, but I think I would pick something like Dunkin' Donuts. Not only because they have donuts, but like I'm also a coffee addict. Like no joke. Like War Chief will tell you guys, the moment I wake up, like yes, maybe my eyes are open, but my brain's not up. Like I will just lay there in bed. I could lay in bed for hours until coffee is given to me. So I don't need no G Fuel or whatever bullshit. Like I need coffee.
That's exactly what I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, like I need coffee is my fuel. And Dunkin' Donuts also has donuts in like food, so it's like okay, 2 for 1. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
House stacked with coffee and donuts. That would be awesome.
That would be a good sponsor.
Be like
Tim the Tapman. He's sponsored by Monster Energy drinks, and he has that like Monster cooler in the background. You could have like the Dunkin' Donuts cooler in the background.
Dude, I would, and I would promote hardcore. I would be like the best spokesperson for this shit.
There we
go. Dunkin' Donuts. Contact Pegs.
Because like I don't drink energy drinks, so I don't think that would ever happen for me. Like, or even the G Fuel, because isn't G Fuel like an energy drink but in powder form?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Jackson fam said I was expecting a more not safe for work sponsor.
Maybe that
Today is brought to you by Astroglide.
Well, I thought about stuff that I actually want and receive, and like food comes number 1. Food and coffee is number 1. That's life. Like if I'm working, like I work solely to make money for food. Like I don't care about any. When I say I don't care, like it's true. Like I'm not your typical girl. Like I don't like. Yes, I like makeup, but like I'm not vying for like collections. I don't care about shoes. I don't care about clothes. I don't care about purses. I legit make money so that I could buy food. I plan my next meal like constantly. Like right now, I'm thinking about what am I gonna have for lunch. Like that's my life.
Just think. Next thing you know, you'll see like where people put products up on their page. You'll see Peg's page products of like Adam and Eve fleshlight.
Like, I mean that's cool too. I'll accept that. That would be awesome.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
I actually live there right now. I live in New York City. I am totally a city type girl. I just love the hustle and bustle. I love the noise. I like the essence of a city, like lots of people. Just like there's just life here. So New York City is my answer. Unfortunately, I'm moving soon, so I'm leaving, but I like New York City.
Amanda hates New York City. She never
really?
left.
I mean, I see it though. I see why you would hate it.
We used to live right across the water from New York City.
New York City wasn't ever anything special.
Yeah.
It was my backyard. I mean, not that it's good, but I used to like just skip school and go to New York City. It was just something
Dude, that's
I did all the
awesome.
time.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I don't know, like New York is moving along in real time. There's so much business. I mean, not that I participate in anything in New York City. Like as you guys know, I'm just streaming all the time, so it's not like I go outside. But I just like being here. I like knowing, I like knowing that you have the like choice if you wanted to go out clubbing, if you wanted to go out to these like awesome restaurants. Like, it's just awesome.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'm just not an outside person at all.
Yeah, like I'm not an outside person either, but I'm like a city person. So like if I
Yeah.
wanted to go out and get like an awesome bagel or like the latest food trend, like I do that once in a while. For example, this week I'm finally gonna go outside. But it's like it's nice like when I move out to the suburbs or whatever, what am I gonna do? Like grocery shopping? Like I don't know what else you can do.
That's exactly what your life is going to become.
Yeah.
That's all Ryan Kent and I do.
Yeah, like
It's
so
what do we do today? And it's like, I guess we can go to Walmart and BJ's.
I mean nothing's
Well-
wrong with that though. Like
No, we
It's
actually enjoy it.
yeah.
yeah,
We
like
spend entirely too much time while we're shopping.
I actually do love grocery shopping, especially in Costco. I love
Oh, yeah.
bulk
Oh yeah,
shopping.
Costco, BJ.
Oh, jeez.
So my alternative right now is box.com, which is an online version of Costco.
Really? Never
Yeah,
heard of
so
it.
check it out if you've never seen it before.
Today's
I mean, that's 'cause I
sponsor
live in
is
the city, though.
Box.com.
Mhm.
Today's stream is brought to you by Box.com.
Dude, I
Fr-
wish that would be awesome. They would send us like tons and tons of stuff.
Put whatever you want in our box.
Maybe I should have said box.com.
all you guys are lucky. I grew up in the middle of Podunk nowhere, New Mexico.
Yeah,
where
that sucks.
Our fun is going out cow tipping.
Well, I would do that.
What is the nerdiest thing you like?
So, I like science in general. I have a science background. But to be very specific, I feel like I am a recycling nerd. Like, I'm one of those tree huggers. Like, I care about the environment, but I take recycling very seriously. I live with someone who likes to counteract my actions. Very, very annoying. But when it comes to like the nerdiest, like it's definitely my recycling habits and like my care and love for recycling. Like, for example, like I'm that person who is like, you know, separating plastics and metal and like cardboard. Like, and I will legit get mad. Like, I get mad at anybody who's ever lived with me. Like, and I've lived with a lot of guys. And as you can imagine, no one is listening to me. No one cares about my recycling. And we legit have real arguments. Like, I am presenting real debates and real explanations, real scientific reasonings why we need to recycle. But of course, no one cares.
Did you see that guy that built his house? Recycled bottles of water.
Yeah.
and-
Okay, well, I'm not like that level yet, but like I'm just like a recycling nerd.
But there's hope.
That's her goal.
Oh, really?
So you're saying that there's a chance.
Jackson family said recycling is nerdy.
I would think like the level that I care about it. Like, you know, of course, like a lot of people recycle, they throw it in, like throw their water bottle into the blue whatever. Like that's normal. But like me, if we're in the street, like in the city, there's different bins for different recycling stuff. And I would be walking out there with War Chief and he just throws like litter into the whatever. I'm just like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? That is wrong. You can't do that. Do you know what you're doing to the planet right now? The earth is going to blow up eventually, and it's because no one cares. Like, I'll say those kind of things out loud. Like in public, like I have no shame.
What are you doing?
And I have legit fights with my roommates or like with War Chief. I'll just start like I've even started crying about things like this. I'm like, why does no one care about this? Our Earth is dying and no one cares.
That's why Elon Musk is moving to Mars. That
Yeah.
beautiful bastard.
What is your opinion on the new Twitch community guidelines?
So I didn't actually read the guidelines until last night, and I've seen everyone's initial reaction to it. Like it's either, oh my god, we're being censored now, or oh, now we're all expected to be nice people. And I think I kind of agree with now we're expected to be nice, respectable people on Twitch, because I read the rules and I don't see anything like too crazy about it. Basically it's saying, okay, don't make sexualness your sole intent, and don't be hateful. That's what I got out of the rules. And so I mean, I think that was already like expected, right? I feel like we assume like Twitch isn't made for like porn or cam girls. It wasn't made for that. It's so I mean, we all know there are streamers out there with the full like sole intent of making like tips or bits or whatever by using their sexuality, which like I kind of agree Twitch limiting that, because that's not what Twitch is for. But it's not saying you can't show boobs. It's not saying you can't, like, I don't know, talk about sex on stream. They're just basically saying don't be a true whore on stream. That's what they're saying. And then back to the hatefulness, like just like in my stream, I say I don't tolerate any racism, any hatefulness, any blah blah blah, because why? Why is this allowed? And Twitch is saying none of that is allowed. There's no tolerance. Like you can say offensive, like you can say, like, we make jokes, right? Like we joke about all different types of people, all different races, but there's a certain line that you can't cross, and we all know what that line is. Now Twitch is saying you are bannable for that. Like they're just being more clear, and like, and not just that, you can't harass people. You can't go out of your way to find someone and like ruin their life. That's all Twitch is saying, in my opinion, and I feel like that's cool, and I respect that.
That's one of our concerns, is because we're kind of edgy. We're a little worried that we might get that warning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like to say things and not get in trouble.
I guess it just depends on the extreme you take it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson fam said, yeah, you can't say the F word in chat anymore. So now what the hell am I going to
But
say
can
the
you
whole
say
time?
the F word in stream?
I guess we're going to find out.
Well,
if you look at the over 18 policy, if you set your channel to maturity,
Yeah.
you can use sentence enhancers.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
then
fuck
I feel like
yes.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Chat, I don't know why chat is weird. Why they would ban the word, the F word. But based on the written rules that I've seen, like, I'm not so nervous anymore. Before reading the rules, I was like, oh god, they're like trying to censor us. Like maybe I can't talk about sex anymore. Maybe I can't, like, you know, talk. I don't know. But I read the rules and like, I don't see it that way. Like I don't see them as censoring us. They're trying to protect us. And especially, you know, Twitch, there's a lot of younger people. Like I think they just want to control any potential threats or danger, which I can see that happening. Like if you don't control the sluts on the internet, like, okay, so we got just boobies and vages hanging out. I don't know. Or like with the hateful part. I've been banned before. Like we don't want people spamming the N-word or like promoting hate. Like that's just not right. Like no one wants to be promoting hate.
Yeah.
And so I feel like all Twitch is doing, they're just protecting us. And it's in its initial phases. So like I'm sure we're gonna get some like changes along the way.
Oh yeah, they got iron out the kinks and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
chat. Here's your moment to ask any questions that you'd like to ask of Pegs.
Yeah, guys, your one and only chance.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it never stops.
I'm just kidding.
Never again. Would you rather walk on a floor covered in Legos or a floor covered in hot coals?
Legos. Because I feel like, okay, yeah, it hurts, but if you just take your time, like, whatever.
I've always wanted to do the hot coals.
I want to, but like, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Like, do they have to like build calluses on their feet? Like, I feel like that's a thing. Like, they do, and like they toughen up their feet and then they do it. If I try to do it, I feel like my feet are just gonna burn and I'm gonna die.
Well, when Logmaster finally moves to Jersey, we'll invite you and War Chief to Jersey, and we'll all try.
And we'll like experiment.
I think it'll be good for.
Oh my gosh, that would be good content.
Yeah, that'll be our one of our newest streams that we do.
My wife will be in the background yelling in Filipino, calling me a dumbass.
She'll be throwing things at you to fall down in the pools.
She'll be like, fall. Question from Jack's fam. If I was stuck on a horse, would you help me jack off the horse?
Oh my gosh. I don't even understand that question. but regardless, I would help you.
You gotta collect that semen so you can artificially inseminate other horses.
Oh, you remember when Chris Pontius drank the
Oh no.
Oh.
Well,
Remind me.
for
any of the new viewers out there, would you like to plug yourself, tell them where to find you, anything like that?
You could find me in hell.
Crickets.
Well, there's
Still there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. My bad, Pegs.
No, it's okay.
Help Jack off the horse.
No, I understood the joke. I was just like, I don't know if I want to say I want to help Jack off a horse. That's why I said, regardless, I will help you, Jack.
You go
for the prostate. You press down on the prostate and see what happens.
Oh my god! Like, I don't know. A horse thing is another thing. Like, have you heard about these women like getting fucked by horses? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's a real thing. Did you guys know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I lived in New Mexico. We know about donkey shows there.
I don't understand what the purpose is.
Like, why would that be something? Who was the first person to say, "Oh"?
Yeah, like, okay, I understand they have. I understand they have like huge dogs, but why? Like, that's not a human.
And what
if that animal gets out of control? That'll tear right through a person.
Oh my! Actually, wait. There was a guy. What's his name?
Frank.
Was it Frank? No, but he had like he had a nickname. There's this guy who had like a barn, and I don't know. I think he was like getting fucked in the ass by a horse, but he like legit died.
Oh yeah, I heard something.
There's a real guy who like did this, but he died.
What about the lady that flooded out her basement? She worked at some like SeaWorld type of place, and she flooded out the basement and let a dolphin live down there.
Oh my god, I didn't hear about that.
Dolphin off.
Oh,
What
don't tell
the
me things
hell?
like that.
Swear to God.
I don't care. I love dolphins, and that's not something
I
I
love dolphins too.
What the heck?
A little more than you did.
How did a dolphin live in the basement?
I don't
Even
know.
if you flood the basement. That is so weird. People
that's
are
the
so
least
weird.
of the questions.
Jackson fam said we started it, but she can't let it go.
Well, you brought up the horse, so
I didn't even know what cuck was until I came to your stream, Pegs. I was
really?
like, what is that? And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, well, see, like that,
Now
like
Blockbuster's favorite
that,
thing to
I
do.
can like, okay, fine. I'll say quote unquote normal because I mean, fucking a horse is not normal to me. Like, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
I could say like, okay, that's okay. You can do that. No, I cannot say that.
Because I was like, what? Because I think it's Jackson fam that's in your chat always calling people
Yeah.
a cuck.
Oh yeah. Well, we started. I think it was last summer. Like, I don't know. Cuck became like the it word, but we just took it to another level, and we just throw cuck around like all the time.
So, dang it! Now I lost my train of thought.
Crickets.
Jackson fam says, "Oh yeah, cuck is a normal, but helping me off a horse, nah." Hypocrite.
That's funny.
So, any more questions from chat?
I guess that's
What's your favorite show at the moment?
Hmm.
The Cook Show.
I wish.
I went down the XNXX black hole watching all this porn on my phone. My
watch
phone
a lot
has
of
an
TV
STD.
Well, the latest one that I really enjoyed that you probably heard me screaming about a million times is Altered Carbon. Like,
oh yeah,
it's hard to say a favorite show because like I watch a lot of TV, and so like I cycle through TV shows like nonstop. So like currently it's like Altered Carbon. If you have suggestions, please share, because when I say too much TV, like I've watched everything.
have you seen Black Mirror?
Yes, like that is good too.
Yeah,
I wish
show.
they didn't come out with like only 5 episodes per season. Like,
yeah,
I'm not ready to be done. Oh, you know what else is coming up? Westworld.
yes, one of my favorite shows.
Westworld's gonna be good.
Jackson fam asks, "What's the number one thing that annoys you about War Chief?" No offense, War Chief.
Let me think. Oh yeah, that's easy. That goes back to my recycling habits. Like when I say counteract, like I'm the person, setting up these recycling bins, like organizing it, separating out the different recycling stuff. And then I'll like come home from work, open the trash, and like normal trash, and find like plastic cups in there. Like that is like a number one pet peeve. Like I'm just like, wow, do we not just go through this? Like, okay, so we've had many recycling lessons over the years. And then he always responds with, what? I didn't know. I didn't know you could recycle this. I'm just like, but these are red plastic cups. Like, they even have a recycling symbol underneath them. Like, duh. And it's just so funny. It happens like at least once a week. And it's just, yes, that annoys the hell out of me. It's just annoying when someone counteracts your actions. But I mean, like, I don't hate him for it. It's just like, that's just my pet peeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Jackson fan
geez.
is yelling at War Chief right now.
Also, if Pegs was a TV show, what would it be called?
What would it be called? It would just be called Rage. In my real life, me as a real life person, like I'm chill, but there's just certain times in life, like pockets during my day, I just get set off by just dumb things. Like, we'll start with the beginning of the day. Like, I need my coffee, right? So I'm just paralyzed in bed. But if you, like, for example, War Chief, somebody's coming over. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And I'm just like, I can barely even speak. So I'm just like, what are you saying right now? And then I give I try to give hints like, don't move forward with this conversation. Don't try to tell me to do anything right now. But of course, you know, sometimes guys don't take hints, and we gotta do this. We did you know that? Blah. Hey, what do you want for lunch? Blah. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm about to get real mad right now if you don't stop. And that will just set me off. And then I just like, okay, are you serious right now? Are you asking me what I want for lunch at 9 a.m. right now? And not to mention, like, if I'm not physically up yet, that means I'm not even ready to speak. Like, and so that's already a sign. Like, I always tell him, like, I need coffee. Without coffee, you will receive a bitchy attitude. You will you've awakened the beast, basically. I've been told, like, my rager moments are just hilarious, and I don't act with logic in my life. Like, when I rage, I literally spit bullshit. And that's why I'm on mute most of the time. Like, when I played with my friends and I'm off mute, I'm forced to talk to my friends. They tell me, like, Peggy, you are just screaming right now, and you don't even make sense. Like, I'm just screaming. Pure bullshit.
Dang. I haven't seen that side yet, but
actually, it sucks. You probably would have, because like you were on your break. That's probably when I had my rager moments. But I had to learn how to calm down, and I think that's part of the reason why I climbed to masters. Because when you play Overwatch, there's a lot of stupid heads and a lot of trolls that are gonna piss you off. And part of the game is mentality, and I just had to learn to just be quiet. I just had to.
Yeah, I need to work on my raging.
I think I'm the only person that doesn't rage in this interrogation room right now.
I mean, that's good though.
Pretty decent on Call of Duty when I wasn't raging. That would go pretty well.
No, you were raging.
Not as much, and now.
Yeah, you were.
Not as much as now.
You don't rage nearly as much as you used to.
You think so?
I know.
It all changed when he hit the top 100 in the world in team deathmatch. That's when the rage started, and then he couldn't get back to that point.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Then
what
I
it
fell
was.
off, and nothing was ever.
The rage really started when you fell off.
Yeah.
Well,
Pegs, here's your moment. Oh,
go ahead.
Here's your moment. Plug whatever you need to, or whatever you'd like to plug, your channel or any other social media.
Oh, I'm bad at this part, but so I stream almost every day, but you can find me on stream during weekdays at 8 p.m. EST. I'm usually pretty chill, so I've kind of set up my stream as a hangout spot, so if you ever want to chill with me, feel free.
All right, thanks for agreeing to do this interrogation.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Like, this is my first interview. Like, I had so much fun doing it, to be honest.
It was a great time.
Maybe when we do it a few other times, I'll start talking. It's gonna take a while.
And we could have you back.
It's okay. I'm a nub too. Like, I had to learn how to talk on stream as well.
Yeah.
What I am like right now, and it's not even great. Like, I was way quieter before.
Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.